Next up, the Feather Cup. And the first track actually fits for this cup because I don't know what it means, but apparently in Greece, the feather means something. Tour, Athens Dash. Also, well, it's either this or Singapore that I always see people say is the best city track. So this one could also be a contender for double S. Just saying. I have it an S.
I'd put this one in S too, and I'd personally put it.
Yeah.
I'd put it below Waluigi Stadium.
Above Singapore, below it. Do you like this more than Singapore?
Singapore is above Waluigi Stadium, so I'd put this
one below
Waluigi. Yeah, so
yeah, not quite as good as Singapore, but still good. It is. People love it for the fact that it's the only one that doesn't feel like a city. Like it's ruins. Like you're just in the ruins.
Yes.
They could have easily just made you drive through the streets of Athens, but they straight up. I mean, why would you though? You think of Athens, you think of the what's it called? I forget the word. Pantheon or there's a term for it, I forget right now. I usually remember it, but yeah, you usually think of that. Why would it not be that? Also, oh my god, guys, it's a Fortnite track. It's a current Fortnite season. Yeah, S. I would agree also because I also have it below Stadium. So yeah.
Perfect.
No disagreements there. Now it's GCN Daisy Cruiser. Oh yes.
Part of me wants to put this in S tier. Part of me knows I can't do that. It has to go in A.
I mean, why not?
It's a great track, but it's very basic.
I mean, it's a Flower Cup track in Double Dash, to be fair.
I know. That's like I adore this track for it being the theming. But deep down, I do know it's a very basic, very simple track that really isn't offering a lot.
It's funny, too, because if everyone remembers my Double Dash ranking, this and Waluigi Stadium were two of my favorite tracks in that game. And I think Daisy Circuit or Cruiser was like second or third, because I know I had Dino number 1. This one is like second or third. This is S tier for me.
If you're willing to put it there, I am fine putting it at S tier, but it's got to be low S tier.
You know what? If it's low S tier, I'm assuming you'd probably put it below Athens as well.
Selfishly, no, I'd put it above Athens and Waluigi Stadium, but I know that's pushing it.
I almost want to put it in like high A, only for the fact that we don't have that many A tiers and we need to fill up that tier.
I think we need to make that decision. I think we need to push it into A.
Would you put it with Coconut Mall though? Oh no, that's S. Why do I keep thinking that's an A? What's an
what is the top of? I'd put it below I'd put it below DK. That hurts, but I think I'd do that.
Okay.
If you want to put it above, I'm not gonna stop you.
I want it above. This track is so good.
Okay.
I just say, I appreciate the added color they gave this track with the green and everything. I do like honestly, that. It's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the definitive version of Daisy Cruiser. Next up, the surprise track of pretty much all of Wave 5, Moonview Highway, which, by the way, could have been Moon Cup because Moonview Highway, but whatever. Moonview Highway.
I'm gonna keep quiet on this one. I don't
care
for this track a lot.
I will point out one thing. I remember ranking all the music in the Boot Scores Pass, and this took my number 1 best song in the DLC. The remix. It actually beat Berlin Byways too. I didn't think that would happen, but like when I listened to them side to side, I was like, "Oh my god, Moonview actually goes a bit harder." I was like, "Oh my god." I have this in S as well. This track is so fun. The bomb cars being back, it's finally great to see those back. And it's funny because they were in the Mario Kart 8 files for so long, the Deluxe file specifically, and they actually had a chance to finally use them. Like those models are new.
I have this in mid B tier. This track is very pretty, don't get me wrong. It does not have a lot of substance. Like, I know, it just kind of feels boring. Like, it's nice to see it back after all these years, but I feel like there's a lot of, especially with the amount of city tracks we have in the game and the amount of traffic-based tracks we do have, it just doesn't really stick out anymore, Fair,
but I mean...
Yeah, my question is, after adding all the tour tracks. They're like, yeah, we're gonna also add the city tracks from the actual games too. Like, what in the what?
I think if they were to do that, Mushroom City would have been the better ad.
Or Mushroom Bridge, I guess, if they're only pulling from Tour, because City's not in Tour but Bridges. But
Yeah.
that's what people are saying. They're like, they really robbed us of a fourth GCN track. and
Yeah.
and
And we got what,
it's funny because
eight Wii tracks, just like 7 or 8
and
Wii
everyone
tracks.
and it's funny because everyone's like, you know, Mushroom Bridge is like a simple track that was like, yeah, but it's like it's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen Mushroom Bridge since DS, so like,
I don't know. I wasn't itching for this track to come back.
I think it took over the placeholder slot too, so that's the interesting thing. And yeah, I don't know. Like if I think it's S. I love it. And also, I think it's cool. The boost panels will randomize like where they are every time you play on it on like the street.
Well,
They're
let's place it
they're never in the same.
somewhere in A, because
You said B. Yeah, you said B. You said S. So we'd put it in middle. What would you? Last one we had in A was we didn't we just put the last track in A? Daisy Cruiser.
Yeah.
Would you put it below that or above that?
I feel like it's gonna be somewhere closer to the middle of A. I think definitely definitely not anywhere near Daisy Cruiser.
In the middle. I think we had like I think Paris I know was there somewhere.
I'd put it below
Okay.
Mushroom.
All right. I don't think I'm gonna convince you to push it one above Mushroom Gorge because I know
Mushroom
how you
Gorge
feel about
is
Mushroom Gorge.
See,
No,
the
we
thing
got
is,
one more in Feather Cup.
I'm repping both me and Slime here for Mushroom Gorge, so it's like I'm trying to keep that one in good favor.
Fine. I can. Yeah, it's 2 against 1. So, oh, here we go.
I know.
He's repping both of you, so it's still 2 against 1. And here we are, Feather Cup, the the last track of Feather Cup for Squeaky Clean Sprint, which, by the way, one of the best names of a Mario Kart track ever.
Shout out Nathaniel Bendy.
Squeaky Clean Sprint. Oh yeah, Nathaniel Bandy got his big house track finally. Because he said Ribbon Road didn't quite do it because it was still like on a track, but this one is just what he wanted. You just literally drive around the furniture in the room.
Yeah.
And it's a bathroom of all things. Whoever's thought we'd have a bathroom.
Yeah, it's an S tier. It's great. It's not as good as Yoshi, don't get me wrong, but it's
I
still
agree.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely S tier, no doubt. Like, there's no way it wouldn't be. This is still arguably one of the more popular tour tracks too. Like, I love how tiny it makes everyone look. It's so just driving around the bathroom. Like, they didn't even like try to make it feel all compressed down like Ribbon Road. Like, they actually just straight up let you drive around the tables and the sink and the bathtub and the toilet. Like, it's perfect.
I would put it above Pinball personally.
Ooh, really? Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have it right below Waluigi in that tier. In Pinball,
I'm fine
right?
with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I also have it below Athens though, and slightly below Maple Tree Way.
It's definitely
You know
not
what?
touching Coconut or Maple.
I'm gonna be nice because it's a tour track, and I want more tour tracks to get really high on this tier list. I'll let you put it above Waluigi
I
Pinball.
knew it. You damn bias.
You know,
I take it back. It's going F tier.
All right, double S, Rainbow Road, Yoshi's Island, S, Coconut Mall, Maple Treeway, Squeaky Clean, Waluigi Pinball, Singapore Speedway, Waluigi Stadium, Athens Dash, A tier, Daisy Cruiser, DK Summit, Sydney Sprint, Amsterdam Drift, Ninja Hideaway, Peach Gardens, Mushroom Gorge, Moonview Highway, Berlin Byways, Bangkok Rush, Calamari Desert, Riverside Park, Paris Promenade, B tier, Rock Mountain, Merry Mountain, Choco Mountain, Mario Circuit, Blue Lake, Sky Garden, Shroom Ridge, Mario Circuit 3, Snowland, New York Minute, London Loop, Toad Circuit, C Tier, Skyhard Sunday, Tokyo Blur.
Right.
These aren't
Yeah,
words anymore.
the A tier is definitely more even with B tier now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. Cherry Cup next up, the Mario 3D World Cup. Tour Los Angeles Laps. Oh boy, I'm worried about this one. You go first, because this can go good or bad. Hylian, please
I
please be nice.
I feel the same way about Los Angeles Laps that I did about actual Los Angeles when I went there. I don't care for it.
Oh boy, well, this track is going high whether you like it or not, because I have this double S. This is my favorite Tour City track, and in 8 Deluxe, it's still my favorite city track. And it's
And I
not
put
even
it
a
in,
bias, and it's
I
not
put it in
even
C.
and it's not even about me being from California or having been to LA. Putting that aside, I still love it. I know it's one of the more like simpler looking ones, but every time I play this track, I just I have enjoyment.
It's
I have
it's
peace in my life.
it is the definition of it's okay. I put it above Sky Garden and New York Minute on my ranking,
Now
but
consider this fact. It is the only city track where instead of just changing the direction you go, it's actually a section track. It's the only city track that's like that. You start and then you go and then you only go back to where you started at the very end of lap 3. Like, which makes sense because of how it is in Tour, but
it's a
it's the
fine
only one that's a
track.
section track.
It's gonna fit somewhere in A. Like I know that, but I
I
don't
want it.
like
Can you put it low S at least?
at the very very bottom of S.
Fine.
I will give you that. I don't want
Thank
to,
you.
but I will
Thank
give you
you.
that because we're not getting a city track in double S.
Well, I'm going to make sure there's one in there.
Oh no, you're not.
I will literally like I will hijack the whole thing and hijack the tier list and make sure it's in
I'll
double
tell you
S.
what. We'll put one in there, but it's one I
Well,
want.
wait till the end. Wait till the end, and then we can like decide when we move stuff from different tiers. It's better to wait till we have all
The
the
sooner we get to
tracks.
the end, the nicer I'm gonna be about
Yes,
it.
yes. All right, yeah. So LA Laps. I don't know. I love the track. I know it's maybe not the most exciting for a lot of people, but there's just something about it. I love the music. I love the beach aesthetic. Like,
Don't worry, I'm gonna rip
I
this
don't know.
next track apart.
It
So
also it being a section track. I will, to its credit, it being a what? You're making it take longer. That's it. To its credit,
speaking,
the fact that it is a section track in 8 Deluxe is part of the reason why I like it a lot more because it stands out. It feels like what you would expect from a more traditional Mario Kart track, I guess. um. Anyways, oh boy, this is gonna be a wild ride. This next one, GVA Sunset Wild.
there's no sunset.
Well, there is, but you mean there's no
There's
nighttime?
no sun setting. Like it
Yeah.
just is stopped.
See,
The
I can
gimmick of
say it
the
is.
course is not in the course.
I will say it is strange because it's like just before I say where I put it, like it is strange because it's like why I will agree with people to say why even add it if you're not going to add the main mechanic. But I really wonder. I mean, the musically came out a while ago, but it makes me wonder if they had like last minute issues with it or something, or I don't know, or if it was like a smaller dev team that did the DLC, maybe they couldn't figure out how to make the lighting work in 8 Deluxe specifically. I don't know. That's what I heard is that it's something to do with Mario Kart 8's lighting doesn't account for the time of day changing mid race. And if it's a smaller team, they probably wouldn't know how to change that because they're not
That's
like.
not that's not my problem.
I mean,
It ruined the
if the
track.
track. No, I know. I'm just saying, like maybe that's why. Personally, if I could change it, like there is another desert track in Tour that's GBA they could have used, like Yoshi Desert. I've seen people say that, like GBA Yoshi Desert would have just been a better replacement because it's a desert track from
Yep.
GBA that was in there. But I don't know. I still put it in B, low B, one spot above Snowland. I'm sorry. Taking away from
of C.
taking away from the fact that it doesn't have its main mechanic, I still find the track fun. Like if you were to ignore that, like the layout wise, that I still find that to be pretty fun.
When Shea Frillis put this at the very bottom track for the entire 96 tracks, he was so real for that. This track is not good. And I wanted it to be good.
I think I also might just have it low B because I'm not the person who really cares whether or not they remove mechanics from courses. Like, I'm just like, I'll play it as it is. Like, I don't really care. So I just put it low B as a track in general because that's just my enjoyment of it. But although I do find it funny. I find it funny hearing people say the only good thing about it. I find it funny hearing people say the only good things about it, the music, is the music.
Yeah, and I think that's very true. I want to see it. I want to see it top of C tier. Personally,
I'll give it to you. I don't think I can get you to put it in B. But
I hate this track. Like this, it's so much wasted potential.
I get it. Like your viewpoint, it's like, yeah, I don't really care whether or not they removed it. I just like to play the track. But and it's weird too because Tor had the cycle. Like it actually gets dark in Tor.
Yep.
But to be fair, Tor also doesn't have super detailed skyboxes. If that is the actual issue, but whatever. Yeah. Tor also, I think it's like the sun and the clouds and Tor are a model. So instead of being part of the skybox, so all they have to do is the model just whoop, it just moves. Well, in 8 Deluxe, it's a skybox. So whatever the issue is, I know it doesn't excuse it, but I'm just saying that might be why. Who knows at this point? It's the same with the GBA. It was such a simple thing that they could easily implement. Maybe 8 Deluxe was harder. Anyways, Koopa Cape.
I don't know. Like this track used to be the best in the Wii days. I feel like every time it's come back, I've cared for it a little bit less and a little bit less.
So why am I always the one?
A tier.
I just call me the Mario Kart unpopular opinion guy because I think this one's gotten better as time has gone on. The 8 Deluxe version is the most fun I've had with Koopa Cape. Like in Wii, I didn't even have it like even close to like the top. Like it may have been just outside the top 10, but it's not in top 10 on here. But like I enjoy it so much more. I have it in middle A, just about.
With middle A, like for me, it's just the pipe section just is not as fun as it used to be. So you actually used to be like challenge under there.
Well, it's been like that for like 10 years because of Mario Kart 7.
They've fixed problems with older tracks before with the boost, and they didn't do it with this one. So it's just kind of what it is.
The underwater pipe is superior.
No.
Now, granted, if they can find if they can do like a middle ground where they keep that open pipe, but they bring back those electric Koopa thingies, that I think would be.
That, yes.
I think I've seen people say that too. Like,
that's true. That's true.
Oh yeah, maybe they can somehow have a flowing river underwater. I don't know. But at least like I think if they even just brought back the electric thingies, that would compromise it enough for people. Like you have best of both worlds, both versions. Maybe in the future one day when it inevitably comes back 20 years from now.
Yes. Sooner than that, probably. Well, actually, that's probably when we'll get Mario Kart 11, so probably not.
Yeah. So middle A for me. I still enjoy the track a lot.
Yeah, I'm fine putting it wherever you want to put it.
Advantage of the tube being open. Advantage of the tube being open is that there's now a half pipe jump in the tube, which when you go up, you go out of the water for a second, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I do like that. Start with the retrack. Would you have it above or below Mushroom Gorge?
I'll put this one above it.
Ooh, just edging it out,
Yeah.
just barely.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, yeah, as a track, it is definitely like whether you think it's gotten worse or better, it is still like even in Wii, it was better. It was a better track than Mushroom Gorge too. So
Mm-hmm.
what? Oh, I don't know.
I
Okay, yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay. No, we got one more. For Vancouver Velocity. We're going to Canada now, boys. For Vancouver Velocity.
S
Another
tier.
banger city track. A, nice. I've put an A personally, but I could put it. It's barely an A, by the way. It's like top of A. It's so good.
If you want to put it at the very, very top of A, that's fine. But I'm also fine putting it very, very bottom of S. Your
I'll
choice.
say also no, below LA, so top of A. The other North American track, well, besides Lyric Minute. Also, Highland, can you believe in tour, by the way? They went from the first four and then ended with London and then went straight to Vancouver. Like they straight up like
that was a choice.
Last track, the first like non-basic track, and they started with this. Like it blew people's mind. They were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Double
City
S.
track that's not just basic.
Double S, Rainbow Road, Yoshi's Island, S tier, Coconut Mall, Maple Tree Way, Squeaky Clean, Waluigi Pinball, Singapore Speedway, Waluigi Stadium, Athens Dash, LA Lap. A tier, Vancouver Velocity, Daisy Cruiser, DK Summit, Sydney Sprint, Amsterdam Drift, Ninja Hideaway, Peach Gardens, Koopa Cape, Mushroom Gorge, Moonview Highway, Berlin Byways, Bangkok Rush, Calamari Desert, Riverside Park, Paris Promenade. B tier, Rock Mountain, Merry Mountain, Cocoa Mountain, Mario Circuit, Boo Lake, Sky Garden, Shroom Ridge, Mario Circuit 3, Snowland, New York Minute, London Loop, Toad Circuit. C tier, Sunset Wild, Sky High Sunday, Tokyo Blur.
These aren't even real words to me anymore. You could be putting Smash stages in there, and I wouldn't notice.